Today, June 1st, begins hurricane season in the Atlantic, and I want to talk a little bit about what is expected as we go forward, because I know there are hurricane nerds out there that, and I'm included, that love to watch hurricane coverage. And we'll watch the Weather Channel for days on end watching these storms come in. Or if you're like me, you'll have 4 or 5 different cameras from the expected landfall target area watching to see what's going to happen in these different places. So here's the 2023 Atlantic Outlook from the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration. Of course, that's the agency that runs the National Weather Service, National Hurricane Center, those kind of things. Looking at a near normal year here, 12 to 17 named storms expected, 5 to 9 hurricanes expected, and then 1 to 4 major hurricanes possible. Now, again, could be more, could be less. This is just a general idea of what is expected, or at least what's possible out in the Atlantic Ocean. As we look forward here, let's get the names pulled up. This is the list of names that we have here, from Arlene to, it should be Brett there, B-R-E-T, Cindy, Dawn, Emily, Franklin, Gert, Harold, Idalia, I guess it's Idalia. There's always 1 or 2 names that are hard to pronounce up here. They keep us on our toes. Jose, Katia, Lee, Margot, Nigel, Ophelia, Felipe, Rena, Sean, Tammy, Vince, and Whitney. So that will be the list of names. So if you have a friend that has one of these names, I'm sure you'll be giving them a hard time if we do, in fact, get those storms. We have 1 storm out there that could become Arlene. So we could have that name used rather soon. I always show this graphic, and this is one of those things that I really like to talk about. I'm going to step over here out of the way so you can see this. This is the Atlantic hurricane and tropical storm activity. We call this the kind of the wildfire graphic because obviously it looks like a fire up there. But what happens is generally around this time of the year, there's really not a whole lot going on, and it stays relatively quiet until you start to get to the fall. Late summer, fall time, August 1st, September 1st, October 1st to November 1st is really your peak, especially September and October. And then you could have storms as late as December, but generally you start to see your peak in the fall. So if we don't see storms that are going on quite at this point, it doesn't mean that there's a slow start. It's generally expected to be fairly inactive through most of the summer. It's in those fall months when we start to really get that peak going. So this is kind of what we should be expecting most of the time. So keep this in mind too. If you start looking at things in June and July thinking nothing's happening, there must not be much planned for this year, much coming our way. Just remember, our peak isn't for a few months. So I hope that helps keep you informed about what to expect for hurricane season this year. Any of those hurricanes that are expected to impact Texas, especially our area, I will, of course, be covering those. And usually I take just a quick look at the tropics for anybody that might be traveling as well. Most of these storms are headed to the beaches where we like to be in the summer, so I will always keep you updated.